right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks for sticking around for the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh. I'll be joined by Jason Mackey in a matter of moments, and we're taking your phone calls. There's a number right there, 412-575-2600 is the number. And Jason, seeing that custard from McDonald's and the McRib, it made me think. And I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Ken Rice asked me, what's my favorite fast food restaurant? I mean, where would I go? And I came up with a quick answer. I love McDonald's, and I love McDonald's filet of fish. I'm a sucker for the filet of fish. I think
filet
it's the best.
Fish.
I know, it's the best fish sandwich going. They have the French fries, and you get a Coke. That's my fast food go-to.
Wow.
That's really the only thing that I like. I do like the Burger King original, the OG chicken sandwich, and Taco Bell chicken quesadilla. Those are my three things.
Yes, Richard.
That's what I don't know about you, where you would go, but if you want me to go get fast food, if I'm craving fast food, it's the filet of fish.
Richie, I've eaten seafood with you in Bradenton on Anna Maria Island. Now you're going to filet of fish me? Come on, man. What's
I know, that's
going on?
good stuff there. They don't have the kind of seafood here that they do in Bradenton. But I love the filet of fish. I don't know why. It's the greatest fish sandwich in Pittsburgh.
Dude, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Is Raising Cane's fast food, by the way?
Yes, I would put that in the fast food category.
Come on, man. That's easily top three. I don't know. Ruth's Kitchen, Chipotle, those are both on my list. Popeyes is up there.
Yeah, Popeyes is fast food. I don't know about, I guess Chipotle kind of is. I think it has to have a drive-through.
It has to have a drive-through. All right.
That's how I would determine,
Yeah,
we always play this
fair.
game, and I think I've done this with you. If you could pick your all-time fast food meal, 4 items, what would it be? I'll let you think about this, and we could come back to it.
This is good.
But
Good radio fodder.
I
I'm
can
going to
just tell
steal
you
this
which
for a
mine
show.
is. It is a original chicken sandwich from Burger King, McDonald's French fries, McDonald's Coke. I love McDonald's Coke. And if I'm going to go with the burger, it's Burger King. So I have 2 Burger Kings and 2 McDonald's. That's what I would do. So you think about it. We'll get back to it. We got a lot of things to talk about here. A huge weekend over there on the North Shore. I know you're going to be down there at 6 in the morning tomorrow for game day. A big game for Pitt. I think, as much as it is a huge game for Pitt, this is a bigger game for the Steelers. They lose this, they're done, I think. They're out. 5-5 and trending in the wrong direction. That would be 5 of their last 6. Things wouldn't be looking good at that point. I don't know if they could come back from another loss to Cincinnati.
Yeah, Richie, I'm with you. And I think it's the double shot of those losses to Cincinnati and how they would occur. I really need to see something out of this defense. I've got some questions. I've got some concerns. Not that the offense is, passable by any stretch. It's not. But I think they're going to be able to move the ball against Cincinnati. They should be able to. Bengals over their last 3 were giving up nearly 500 yards per game. It's been atrocious. But can this defense stop somebody when it matters? And I understand they're banged up. I understand they're going to be missing Cole Holcomb, Alex Highsmith, Darius Slay. It's going to be a challenge for them, certainly. But if there's a recipe out against the Steelers, and we saw this in the first Bengals game, and they can't get stops, if they can't get pressure on a quarterback, if they can't cover really good receivers, I don't know what we're talking about here, because the offense isn't going to outscore teams, at least not now, at least not elite teams. I need to see this defense be elite, and it's been too inconsistent too far into the season.
Yeah, they have injuries on the other side, though, too. Aaron Rodgers might have all day back there. No Hendrickson, no Stewart. So who's going to be rushing the quarterback for the Bengals? So in my opinion, and I did that interview with Calvin Austin today, and I asked him about this game. Do you like games like this where it could turn into an offensive shootout? And he's like, most time you think it's going to be an offensive shootout. It isn't. So I'm not necessarily sure that's going to happen. I still think that there's going to be a ton of points scored on Sunday, the Steelers and the Bengals. But what do you think is going to happen on Saturday? A ton of points? This is Mason Heintzel's team now. It's a different team. You have hope. They're 12.5-point underdogs. I think that number's pretty big. I think this game's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I think so too, Richie. I also think it's going to be high scoring. I was down there today listening to Reese Davis and Jimbo Fisher and Stanford Steve and some other people sort of pre-game or previewing, handicapping this game. And that was a consistent theme, that Mason Heinschel has changed everything, that points are going to do the trick, that Pitt's going to have to shut down the running game. They've done a great job of that thus far. They can't let Jeremiah Love beat them. C.J. Carr is obviously a significant challenge, but I do think Pitt has the ingredients in this one, Richie, to get it done. I do. I don't know whether I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Maybe I'm a little crazy. I don't know. But, I mean, Pitt's season changed on a dime when Pat Narduzzi went to Mason Heinschel. It re-energized the entire team, and if they can continue doing what they've been doing, I do not think Notre Dame is unbeatable. Pardon my double negative.
Yeah, I know there's some belief over there on the Southside headquarters that they would be 9-0 right now if Henschel started the season. I believe it too. And same. I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid or if you want to call me a homer, but I think the Panthers really have a legit shot at winning this game. I think that they potentially could pull off the upset and beat Notre Dame. And so speaking of that, this is our Penn West University live poll question. Just scan that QR code on the right-hand corner of your screen. Who will win tomorrow, Pitt, Notre Dame? And it looks like we have a lot of Pitt viewers here tonight because 56%, 54 now say Pitt's going to beat Notre Dame. That would be quite the upset. We're going to continue that conversation after this break, Jason. I also want to get your opinion on Paul Skenes. We knew it was going to happen, winning the Cy Young. And much more Steelers talk. All that coming up next. 412-575-2600. All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is our Xfinity tweet of the night. This is from Pitt football. Ball knower, right? This guy is the real deal. He grew up, he said, 125 miles south of here. Grew up a huge Steelers fan. Said he also, and this is Nick Saban we're talking about, he would love to come to Pittsburgh a couple times a year. Always wanted to go to Kennywood. Always wanted to go to a Steelers game. Would take in a Pirates game. This guy's a Pittsburgher. Jason?
He is, Richie. I am so excited for this environment tomorrow, man. I really am. I think it's going to be fantastic. Seeing a tweet, Kirk Herbstreit outside of PNC Park today. Our city's going to be shown off to the entire country. I think that's so cool. College Game Day does an amazing job with presentation. I've been around it live covering Penn State, Ohio State, but seeing it here, I was there in 22, but it's not the same thing. But just how much they're going to showcase this city, and then seeing, Pat McAfee and Nick Saban, and then just the entire crowd and the fuss over there. I was walking around the Great Lawn and talking to some people as game day was getting set up. I just think this is going to be spectacular, man. I hope the game delivers. I think the crowd outside, the atmosphere, I think all of that's going to be just top-notch, a level that we have not seen with Pitt, Pittsburgh in general, being able to show off this place. But, man, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Kirk Herbstreit's video of PNC Park saying it's the best he's ever seen, the best around, is a good segue into Paul Skenes. How many more years is he going to be pitching at PNC Park? As a member of the Pirates, I'm sure he's going to have a long career and he'll pitch there a few more times. But, there's been some reports that he's going to be a Yankee soon. I'm not really buying it. Jason, what do you know? He also deserves the Cy Young. It was a slam dunk there. I don't think that was a surprise by anyone, him winning that. So I think the Pirates need to build a team around him, at least for the next 2 years. Give us all something to cheer for, get excited about around here.
Yep, no doubt. And Paul Skenes deserved it. Congratulations to him. I'm glad the voters got it right. That part's the easy one. And the report didn't say, and I'm not correcting you, Richie. I am kind of, but he's not going to be a Yankee.
Hey, you're allowed to correct me.
No, the report didn't say he's going to be a Yankee. The report said some teammate anonymously said that Paul Skenes is going around talking about being a Yankee or wanting to be a Yankee. And give me a break. Not only is that horrible reporting, makes us all look bad. Those of us who show up in locker rooms and try to do this job the right way, you're one of those people, Richie. You try to get guys to participate. You earn trust. You treat them fairly. This is not that. What happened there is crap. And Paul Skenes got the raw end of this deal. He doesn't deserve it. Paul Skenes has done nothing but embrace Pittsburgh and done exactly what is in front of him. He's not here with 1 foot out the door. And I can tell you that from a fact, from knowing his parents, talking to Livy Dunn, talking to his high school coach, talking to Paul, talking to a whole bunch of people in his orbit about how much he loves Pittsburgh. You know what is attractive to Paul Skenes about Pittsburgh? That he can do something that a lot of people think that he and his friends can't do. to turn that ballpark and turn that team into something really exciting that captivates the city. The same thing goes for Jared Jones, Bubba Chandler, Braxton Ashcraft, Henry Davis. All of these guys think it would be the coolest things in their lives if they were able to make the Pirates a winner and do what Paul Skenes said this on a Zoom call the other night, 29 other fan bases think that they can't do. And it's not all money related. That's not letting the Pirates off the hook. Obviously, they should spend more money. But they also have some good young players, and I want to hear them out. And I've gotten to know all of them quite a bit. I've talked to all of them personally about this. Like, they like it here. They think it's a cool city. It fits Paul Skenes' vibe. He wouldn't even want to go to New York. So there's going to be a decision at some point, but he's not somebody looking for the glitz and glamour. Man, just spare me.
You know, Andrew McCutchen, Neil Walker was a part of a group that turned things around here in Pittsburgh and gave us 3 great years. If you want to count that one half of the year leading up to it, you can too, but it was 3 great years of playoff baseball. I'd like to see it again, and hopefully they're closer to it than most people think. I would say, though, there obviously is some frustration there.
Sure,
and that's on ownership and management. They need to build a team around this guy because you're only going to have him for a couple years, and that's a fact too. Let's go out to Wes in Pittsburgh. How you doing, Wes? Wes. Okay, no Wes. Let's go out to Dave in Bethel Park. How you doing, Dave?
Good. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling.
First off, I just want to say I watched you yesterday. You were talking about how he won and all that, and fantastic. He deserves it. But my thing about Skenes is imagine how much better how much more recognition he would have gotten if they wouldn't have blown half the leads he had.
No doubt about it. I mean, it's frustrating, and I'm glad. You know, Pirates fans call here angry all the time, and I love it. And hopefully that gets back to the organization, and they feel pressure on spending money. And if people start not showing up to the ballpark, then they're going to realize it. Last year, I think we got a taste of that. And if they don't do anything this offseason, I think it's going to be pretty quiet over there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Richie. And they have to fix the offense. The offense was atrocious. It was the worst in the majors by a mile. You know where you need to add. You need to add multiple pieces, multiple major league bats. To Dave's point, I mean, imagine if Paul Skenes would have gotten anything even resembling run support. And the Pirates have seen this before. I go back to 2013 when this team started winning. They had a top 5 pitching staff. If I look at the Pirates right now, I think they can have a top 5 pitching staff. That is a legitimate strength of this organization. Their offense stinks. In 2013, they had their rankings were about 18, 19, 20, 21 when you look at the major offensive metrics. They need to get from terrible to there. Now, can this organization get from 30th to 20th? I would hope with having a good offseason and spending some money, yes, you should be able to do that. So that's what I'm looking at for them this winter.
And, Jason, that's a good point. If you can somewhere be middle of the road offense,
sure, you
might be a potential wild card team. That's all you got to do is be 15th.
15th would put you maybe 90 wins with this group, Richie. I mean, they have, like I said, a legit top 5 pitching staff. They just made a really smart hire with the pitching coach. They're going to get through to other people. They have young guys in the minor leagues that they still need to figure out and bring up here, and they can, bring a Hunter Barco and drop him in. Carmen Majinski, if used appropriately, is going to be different. Thomas Harrington should take another step. I mean, they have more guys than rotation spots right now, and they have a pretty good bullpen. They should add to it this winter. So, if you can figure out left field, if you can figure out third base, if you can get something out of O'Neal Cruz, if you can get Brian Reynolds back to his previous form. I realize that's a lot of ifs, but it's also not impossible. This stuff has happened before, and you spend a little bit of money. You show some commitment to your fan base. By the way, this isn't, free agency talk, but Connor Griffin, extend him. Get him up here.
Yeah.
You have the top prospect in baseball, and this guy who's every bit as good as Skenes on the position player side. Take advantage of him and get him up here.
What do you got to lose? Let's see his bat in the majors and how it plays. Let's go out to Nick in Gibsonia. How you doing, Nick?
Hi, Rich. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for calling.
So I was reading a article. It was saying that the Pirates were going to spend $30 to $40 million this offseason, and they said they would have to dump Keller's contract. I was just wondering, what we could get for Keller, and then for free agents, what type of free agents would we come?
All right, thanks a lot, Nick. I mean, I'm sure Jason might have done something, written something about this. They're probably not going to spend $100 million. I'd love them to spend $100 million, but Is 85, 90 million going to get it done? And to his question, what do you get for Keller if they trade him? I don't think that they should trade him.
Yeah, let me do the payroll part first, Richie. This is kind of a play on words. Somebody with the Pirates, I think, is leaking this out there, I think, because it sounds good. You're going to spend 30, 40 million. Well, their current payroll allocations are like 60 million. So you're basically saying your payroll, when all is said and done, it's going to be somewhere between 90 and 100 million. I've been writing that and saying that for, a good 2 months, something like that. So, I mean, it's not 30 or 40 million on top of last year. It's because they cleared out a bunch of money, and it's going to get to 90 or 100. Is that going to get it done? I don't know. I mean, the Guardians got it done with a $100 million payroll last year. We'd all like to see it higher, but I think $100 million would show you pretty good effort if you spend it appropriately. Yeah, I mean, with Keller, it depends. I have my doubts on whether they're going to be able to get something because you can basically buy that contract via free agency. But if they get a good deal, it makes sense.
All right, we got to take a break. Back to wrap up the show and maybe take another call coming up next. All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call with Jason Mackey here tonight. I have a good question from Ryan. We're switching subjects here back to Pitt because it's a big one tomorrow. Is it possible that no ACC teams will get selected for the college football playoffs if they keep beating each other? The committee isn't required to take any Power 4 conference champions. He is correct with that, but the committee is required to take the top 5 conference championships. If they're not a power, more than likely it'll be a Power 4 in there. So I would imagine an ACC team would make it. And here's another scenario for you. Say Pitt wins out, doesn't make the ACC championship. I still think they get in because they'll be in the top 12 probably.
I agree with you, Richie. Number one, the first things first, I absolutely think that an ACC team will end up in the college football playoff. I don't think that's going to be a concern. But, yeah, if Pitt wins out, man, I mean, how do you deny them? Given how they finished the season, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, Miami, where they've gone since Mason Heinzel took over, I mean, that's a playoff team if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, they'd be 8-0 too with him. It's a different team with him as a quarterback compared to what Eli Holstein was. So you have them winning tomorrow. I do too. I got to pick them. I'm a Panther, right?
Yeah, you have to, man.
You got to pick them. Like 34-31.
34-31. Okay, I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm going to go 42-39. I think it's going to be a bit of a shootout. But I think Mason Heinzel takes care of it, man. The incredible legacy continues.
Jeremiah, our producer, said 31-29 or 20 Notre Dame. Come on. We're kicking him off this show. Hey, thanks a lot for stopping by, Jason. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see you guys over in KDKA News right now.